I didn't really have anything else I cared about, I mean, and I knew from a very early age that this is what I was going to be doing. Primarily, I do kind of a mixed media type of work, so I don't really use one thing anymore. I use a bunch of stuff to kind of get the job done. And that kind of includes like pen and ink and watercolor, some acrylic. It's kind of what I've got on hand. I'm going to say there's a lot of pop culture, there's a lot of like the tattoo aesthetic, which I think, I'm really attracted to. I grew up with comic books and cartoons, and that was what fundamentally I was super attracted to, and that's where I landed, and that's what the direction I wanted to go in. And then, kind of had my own twist and everything. That was something that, I kind of think I really focused on when I was younger. It was like really making sure that I had like a style that you could always, you could see it from 50 feet away and know who did it. I mean, it's just like, whether it be music or art or anything like that, I could hear a few notes and identify who it is, so it's just, that was kind of my mindset going into kind of like creating a style. I worked in Bartending. There was always stacks of coasters there, and they were like, in the 90s, there were like 3 or 4 artists. We were all working there at the same time. So we were all drawing on coasters and just kind of throwing them back into the piles there. And one day I saw a guy go through all the stacks of coasters and pull out all the drawings and leave with them. And I was like, oh, so there's, somebody's paying attention here. And back then, I was drawing anything I could get my hands on, I mean, it's just like, I just felt like there were so many ideas that I didn't have time to, so you're just kind of drawing on these napkins all the time, and that's kind of where it all started. I was applying to these jury shows where I would, include paintings, and then I would include a coaster, and that coaster would always get in. Always, and it made me crazy. I have this kind of like love-hate thing with them, until the last few years, because it was just, it was just like, I worked so much harder on this, and this is just kind of a throwaway thing. But people were really, they've gone all over the world, I mean, it's such a funny thing to have just kind of fallen in my lap, just because, while I was bartending, I was drawing. And I started doing Inktober seriously, which is this 31-day drawing challenge with a prompt every day. I started that in 2019, and I looked at how I'd improved from that first drawing to the very last. And I was like, I'm going to keep going. So I've been going, I'm on my 3rd year now of a daily prompt, and my girl's been kind of writing those out for me, and it's been really cool. It's like really changed my style. It's really gotten me doing a lot of new things. It's been a great exercise for me. It's really made me think about composition a lot, and I'm guilty of really being a kind of a maximalist. So I'm just like shoving as much as I possibly can into a composition, and now I'm really starting to like mellow on that and kind of, and it's been taken back enough steps that I'm like really liking the process, and it's getting a lot simpler, which I think is harder to do and be effective. I kind of feel like I have enough ideas and enough things that I want to try that I'm never going to get them all done. So this is kind of the drive. It's just like, hey, I got to play with all this stuff as we're going. Sometimes some really cool stuff comes out of it. So it's just, to me, I think that's my drive. It's just like, I like being busy, I mean, and I like my whole process, it's a rather secluded one where I'm just kind of in my world all the time, but I really like it there, and that's been kind of the best thing about it, or the thing that really kind of drives me. It's just like, I want to go be there and do that. No, I don't think that's even an option, I mean, even if I lost the use of my hands or anything like that, it'd be going on up here all day long, and who knows how long before we're able to just like be able to do that anyways,